morning, YouTube. It's your girl Lily. Today is Friday, July 28th, 2017. The day after my physical. Did I pass? Did I fail? You're gonna want to watch to find out. I was gonna say whether I passed or failed in the beginning, or I didn't know if I wanted to put in the beginning or make you guys actually watch to hear what was going on. But I'll be honest, I passed. I passed my physical, you guys. What the heck? I passed. I am so excited. Um, Super excited. You guys, I really want to give you the scoop on, what's going on, what's happening. Okay, I'm always gonna have to pause this because I'm watching Teen Mom and it's distracting. So, um, what's up, you guys? If you guys are new to this channel and don't know who I am, what I'm trying to accomplish, or anything like that, please subscribe to my video. Especially if you're a mom of children, whether you're married or not, you should subscribe because I feel like we can all relate. For everyone else who's been following me, I'm gonna just, like I always say, jump right into it. Um, I want to talk to you guys in depth about MEPS. Now, there's tons of videos about MEPS and people's experience. However, I feel like there's certain things I'm going to talk about that I have not yet seen. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. But it's always good for some people in different states and stuff like that. So I'm in California. Maybe it's done differently out here. Maybe um, it's just a different experience. So, um, unfortunately, sometimes when I make videos longer than 10 minutes, even 10 minutes, like longer than 9 minutes, it'll tell me that more recently, that the video is too long to upload. So like I may have to make like 2 or 3 videos because I don't know if it'll let me fit everything into the one video. And I know it's going to be annoying, but you guys, honestly, it takes less than 5 seconds to click on the next video. So if you get be patient and work with me, if I have to like stop to make new videos, please just work with me until I figure out why it's telling me my videos are too long and how I can change that. I'm going to have to do that. But I'm trying to give you guys as much information as I possibly can to the best of my ability, without leaving anything out. So let's just start. Like I said, I passed my physical. I'm gonna try to like not do a lot of talking about other stuff like in between comments because I really wanted to get straight to the point. So we're gonna start with. I'm not gonna start with the hotel because I already made videos about that what had happened. But so we get to MEPS. We're outside, and I don't know people's ranks. I don't want to guess. I don't know if he was a sergeant, a staff sergeant, whatever he was. He was Army personnel. He came outside. He split us up. He said, people who are shipping out in this line. People who are just enlisting in these 2 lines. So it actually came out to 3 lines because there was you know what, there was only 5 girls, but I think no, there was not. I don't know. When it came down to everything, there's only 4 of us left, but there was 5 girls that like followed us through some of the stuff. So I was extremely happy because there wasn't that many girls. So I was like, yes, we can get through stuff quicker. And there was guys, but there wasn't. There was a lot, but it wasn't overwhelmingly a lot. Like people make it seem like, oh, it's just I don't know. It wasn't that bad. Um, then again, I was only taking a physical. I wasn't swearing in. Everyone else there, with the exception of 2 people, were just were going to physical and to swear in. I was just there to do the physical. So I was done by noon, and that's the truth. I was done by noon. We got there. I think it was about 6. It's only like a 20-minute ride, and we left at 5:30. I think it was like 6 something. So I'm gonna say 6:15 to be safe. We got there. We split up into our lines. You go through the metal detector. You show your ID. You put your bag. Just like you would do any other, like whether you're going to an airport or through like a courthouse, you would do the same thing. You get in. He tells everyone to go to this big old room, and he sits down and he just talks about what you're gonna be doing today, how long we should expect to take. He said, you guys are probably gonna be here till 5 o'clock, and this is for people swearing in. So be prepared to be here basically all day. Um, he just talks about what to do, what not to do, sexual harassment, and what number you can call. And he just is like saying over and over, like, you need to follow directions today. Like, simple directions, follow it. So that's that. Then he gives, I'm like the first, it was funny because I was the first female and person, female or male, to do a lot of the things, but then I ended up being the last person to do everything. And of course, I'll tell you why. So he, after he's done with his like the talk was like 30 minutes. Everything averaged like 30 to 45 minutes. 30-minute talk. He showed us slideshows. He just kind of talked, answered questions, and then he instructed. This was our first instruction. So he's like, if you're here to do a full physical, walk out the door. If you're here for ASVAB and then a physical, stuff like that. So basically, I went out the door with other people that were doing physical, but I was the first one through. I was like, excuse me, went through the front. So he tells you to go to your branch's office. I think it's called Leonze. Leonze. I'm gonna say it wrong, so I'm not gonna say it too much because I don't want to like butcher the name. So I'm just gonna say Army office. So I had to go to the Army office, and he called me in. He asked for my ID and social security card. He told me to put my fingerprint on the thing to make sure it's me. And then you're gonna do a lot of fingerprinting that day, by the way. And he gives me my name tag. He gives me more instructions. Okay, you're gonna go out this door, turn right, and go straight like to the desk. And there's different desks. You're gonna have to go to about 3 different. Well, some of us you're gonna have to go to 3 different desks that day. There's one in the lobby. That's the main one where you check in, check out. When you're finished, you go to that one. Then there's a medical lobby or a medical desk, and then there's like a desk for people taking the ASVAB. So some of us had the word TAPIS on our name tag, and some didn't. So she's like, okay, you guys can take the TAPIS test. She didn't explain what it was or anything. She led us into the room that you take your ASVAB in. I was kind of confused at that point because I didn't know what was going on. And I think I only seen like 2 videos of people talking about it. But basically, guys, what TAPIS is, it's like a little test. It's called a test, but it's 120 questions long. And they ask you like impossible questions. It's basically choosing between one or the other. They give you 2 options, and it's really weird. There's negative and positive ones. For example, there's like, I'm going to try to word it as best as I can, but I'm going to give you basically just what it was. So it's like, there'll be like, one statement is, I'm a very organized person. I can find what I'm looking for. Another one says, when I go to new places, I meet new people, I get along well. You pick which one is more you. Then they give you stuff like, oh, when people get on my bad side, they're gonna want to stay away from me. And another one is like, people can't rely on me to get the job done in a timely manner. So there are 2 questions. You're like, what the hell? Neither one is me, and they're both negative as heck. Why would I? Like, I don't. I mean, people can rely on me to do stuff, and so I don't want to pick that. But then and also, I'm not gonna basically choose that. I can't like my emotion. Like I can't control my emotion. So for me, I picked the one where people can't rely on me to get a task done, because I'm not gonna put on there like, oh, basically people are gonna stay away from me when I get mad, because I mean, you don't tell people that you can't control your emotion. That's like a red flag in my book. So basically, it's 120 questions like that. I don't know why they do it, but it's called TAPIS, and a lot of people will do it and expect to do it if you haven't already done it. Like seriously. And they may just be for the Army branch. Um, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's for every branch. But anyways, so once that's done, he prints out your score. He gives you more direction. He says, take this to. I can't remember if he made me go back to the desk in the lobby or the medical. It doesn't matter because I end up in medical. That's the important thing. You go to the medical desk. This is where like it's mind. It's a mind game. Not a mind game, but like you have to be strong mentally. Cause this is where like everything your recruiter tells you about is what you're gonna see. So I have nothing wrong with me. Like I literally have nothing to hide. Like I'm not worried about them digging anything. Like I don't care because I have nothing to hide. But for people who do, this is where like if you're gonna lie, which I don't recommend. Disclaimer: I'm not telling anyone to lie about anything. I'm letting you know if you're one of those people that's gonna do what you want to do anyways and lie, that you better not have a guilty conscience about it, because this is where you'll get caught up, and this is where a lot of people got caught up. But anyways, so she asks you, you'll fingerprint again 50 times a day, and she'll say, first thing she says, how old are you? I said 24. Cool. She says, did your recruiter tell you to lie about anything? She literally said that. I said no. No, ma'am. I said no ma'am, yes ma'am, no sir that whole day. I want to say at least 100 and something times, and that's not being dramatic. Like every question, yes ma'am, no sir, yes sir. So no ma'am, is everything answered to the best of your ability? Yes ma'am. Okay, you gotta follow directions, you guys. They will embarrass you. I don't know if you're easily embarrassed, but for the most part, they will embarrass you if you don't listen. And chances are, if you can't listen to simple directions that they give you at maps for physical, you're gonna have a really hard time in your boot camp, like really hard time, because of really simple directions. So she says, okay, you're gonna go down the hall. There's gonna be a chair with blue tape. You're gonna sit there. Okay, I do. Yes, ma'am. And I sit down, and a gentleman comes after me. He doesn't sit next to me. He sits in the chair over, like one chair over, and the lady says, "Sit next to the girl. Sit next to the woman." And everyone's like, it was not everyone, because it was me and him at the time, but like, it's just embarrassing. I just because it's like the other people in line waiting, so I'm sure they heard, and it's just like whatever. So he sits next to me, no biggie. Um, a lot of stuff that was run by Navy personnel. Um, a lot of stuff. So, for example, my hearing vision test. Like he called me in. It was just me. First we did a color blind test, and it's a booklet of like there's a booklet of numbers, circle it's like blue patterns on the outside, and then like faint like I don't know if it was pink or red, but it was faint pink or red color with numbers in the middle. And he's like, you have 3 seconds to tell me what the numbers are. So he closed it, he opens it. So it's like 42, 36. I passed that. And don't be too nervous. I think it's say it's like a 48, but it looks like 43 and say 43. I mean, he knows you got the 4 right. I think it's just more to see if you can see the numbers. So don't like get stressed out too much about that. Because one number I mixed up. I think I was like 43, no 48. He's like, that's fine, you're fine. It's just we want to make sure you can see the number. So he's like, okay, you're good on that. He's come over here. I looked through the little thingy that you looked through, whatever. You know, with your left eye, read me line this. With your right eye, read me line that. And he's like, okay, it's all they require. You did good. I had 20/20. I was happy. I went next door right after he walked me over to the vision. I'm sorry, the audio, the hearing test. It was a booth, and there was like 6 of us in there, and you have to put the headphones on. No, first again, another time someone's not following directions. He says in front of you, there's a piece of paper on the wall. Read it. And basically, the paper was like, if you have this, remove this. Remove this from your eyes. If you have glasses, take it off. Stuff like that. So you can put on your headphones. And when a guy got done talking, he left and came back. Said, did everyone read it? Everyone said yes. He looked at the guy with the glasses. He said, did you read what's in front of you? He said, yes, I did. He said, are you kidding me? He said, I did. He said, obviously you didn't. And he pointed to the line that says, if you have glasses, remove it. And then the guy said, my apologies, sir. And he removed it. And the guy was like, you're already not listening. So, again, listen. Follow directions. Um, so that was that. And then he signs it or he doesn't sign it. I want to give you guys advice on the hearing thing. There's like a long waiting period where like you won't hear anything, and I guarantee you need to keep clicking. Like do a pattern. It's like click like this. Don't like I'm gonna tell you this. He didn't sign off mine. He signed off everybody's. He didn't sign off mine. I think initially I failed it, or I didn't get high enough to where that doctor signed off on it. There were a couple of zeros. Like after, like he'll print you out like a receipt, and I'll tape it to a piece of paper, and it said left ear, right ear, and there's something. It says like 500, 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, 6K, 8K, and there's either 5 or 10 under each of them for left and right ear. I had like 2 10s and like 2 5s, 3 5s, but the rest were zeros. So I'm guessing I initially didn't pass the hearing, but towards the end of everything, I ended up passing. So maybe it's like I didn't score high enough for him to sign it, but I didn't score low enough to where they're like, you didn't pass it. Maybe it means obviously I wasn't deaf. So my advice to you, and that's being honest, my advice to you is if you guys have there's never gonna be a long period of time to where you're not hearing anything. Like just if it's silent and you feel like you don't hear anything, I guarantee you it's something, and you just keep clicking like this, like a little pattern. One girl said that she clicked so much, the guy said, you're clicking when there's nothing going on, so they made her redo it. But, like, I'd rather be safe than sorry, because that's really easy to fail that sucker. So, whatever, I did that. And then he instructs you. Actually, I'm going to stop the video now and start the new one. I know it's annoying, you guys. It takes less than 5 seconds. Just click on the next video. I just really don't want to risk it not being uploaded because it's too long. Because I have to figure out how to fix that until I do. Alright.